Aloha, this is Jessica Smith back again for a new term, responding to the paper that was written about the things that we discussed in class about preparing for the coming class period ahead of time and being able to learn in a more effective manner, because as a couple of studies have been done, they talked about how the number of study hours has gone down, but the grades has fairly well stayed the same, if not improved. That students are just kind of plugging in information, cramming it all in last minute, and being able to spit it all back up onto the exam and then completely forget about it for the rest of the time that they're in school, which is kind of sad to think that all of that time and preparation, all that money goes completely down the hole. And so I actually really like this new approach to learning, to be aware of the problems that there are and to be able to come up with a solution. I really liked the thinking of everyone and being able to come up with a solution to be more effective and to make sure that students are learning in a more effective manner for the purpose of the videos. I know as I watched myself, even the past semester, making these videos, it's become a lot easier for me to talk, which was something pointed out in the article, that one of the benefits is that students are able to articulate ideas, complex ideas, in a much clearer fashion, and that many other benefits for students that are speaking in a second language, their ability to speak improves, as well as just being able to internalize the knowledge, to be able to think a little bit more critically, to be able to see things from kind of a higher perspective, in a sense, that because once we gain that understanding, we're able to move up to the next level, to be able to see a few more solutions to the problems rather than just being able to spit back up and not knowing what to do if things are slightly different from what we're expecting. This, we may not be expecting anything in particular because we're not, because we're able to think on our own. There's not really anything that you're expecting of us except for to understand, to be able to express these ideas and to communicate these ideas, and that can be different for other people, but having the ability to understand and to have time to mull over it before we go to class. So the video, I don't like my videos. I don't think they're always very good, but it does help a lot by the time we get to class. Ideas have had time to sink in, things may be a bit more clear, so that when we're in class, I may be able to express them a little bit more clearly. I could be able to participate a little bit more effectively if I chose to do so, but that I have a greater understanding and seeing how different things can connect in a different manner, that will help me in the long run. If I were just writing down the information, the things that I was asked to memorize, say like in a history class, if I was asked to memorize the dates of events and the places of events, that's easy to spit back up, but who really remembers that kind of thing? It's being able to piece together the stories of history and understanding what really happened and how that affects us today, as opposed to just the date and the place of a specific event. It's the understanding of how that has shaped today, that event has shaped today, and how that effect that what we have today will affect the future as well. And that's kind of the learning that is encouraged through these videos, to be able to make those connections between past, present, and future, to be able to connect ideas and problems and to think of things a little bit more deeply, and to be able to express those to other people so that other people can get the idea of what's really going on around us. I've liked how, for me, it's just become a lot more clear in how I speak to others, how I see things. It's been about a year since I've started the ICS program, and even in that time, with being able to make these videos in ICS 251 as well as in communication theory, I've seen my learning change a great deal. I may not still be the best at making these videos, but I have seen ideas more internalized and seeing how that affects my personal life, how I communicate with others, and the things that I can see in group interactions has become very valuable to me, and I see that as a skill that's more valuable in the workforce than being able to plug and chug. Anybody can plug and chug, but that's what college universities are about. They're about gaining a new level of knowledge and a new level of understanding. So it's really sad to see that that college learning has become so mainstream and so generic and so easy, in a sense, being able to plug and chug, when it once upon a time was considered such a great privilege to attend a college university, and the learning that took place, because the teachers expected so much more of the students, because learning in this manner isn't easy. It's kind of like a form of tough love, you know. You may not like it, but it's good for you in the long run. That's how parents should be teaching their children, and with this plug and chug thing, it can affect things such as family life. Parents teaching their children not just to plug and chug, but how to live full, productive lives as citizens. And so the importance of this tiny principle of coming prepared to class can affect so many different things in the workforce, in our home lives. No matter where we are, we need to be able to be prepared and to spend a little bit more time focusing on what's really important, being able to internalize that in order to have a greater effect in the long run.